jovem, hoje está segunda-feira. I am not 100%. I had some bad food. I had some bad food at that food truck place the other day, and it wrecked me yesterday. I had some minor stomach issues going to the trip. On the way back, I was fine, but boy, the minute I got back to my hotel, chills and just extreme fatigue, and I slept almost nothing. I was up every 15 minutes. Horrible. That just hit me terribly, and I feel much. I mean, last night I was just wrecked. This morning I feel a little better. But hanging out at the hotel, I don't know if it's going to really do me much good. I want to take a little bit of a stroll out here and see what we have going on a Monday morning here in Aracaju. I'm going to walk south. It's like I hit north a little bit, but I'm going to walk south, see how far I can do. A couple miles anyway. All right, that's it. Yeah, so not far down. That's the Aracaju monument there. Not too far down. And it just, I don't know, is that like fog or what? But it's just so, yeah, foggy. It's not, I mean, the sky is blue here, few clouds or whatever, but boy, the visibility down there is just horrific. It's terrible. This is really, oh, there's the sand groomer. And of course he's just chilling. Boy, look at all that trash. That's just gross. That really is gross. This is kind of a dirty, trashy beach. I gotta say, that's disappointing. And I walked by a condom wrapper this morning on the way to the beach. This is kind of a trashy, dirty beach. I'm really sad to say that. So they do have sand groomers. Sure, he's on his government mandated break. These guys are certainly set up to do some business. There is just, and this was pretty full even from the early time I saw it yesterday. They draw a crowd. This is not the first time. There's a flag down here. Oh, these Brazilian women, Jesus, give it a break, lady. Another data point, maybe coming to Aracaju to enjoy the beach probably isn't the best idea. I think it's more for excursions and things. So we're kind of southern end. A couple Botecas here on the left. But again, they're missing their opportunity with a supermarket, a small supermarket, some decent convenience stores and ATMs. No doubt about that. The traffic here, the drivers here are horrible. Volume-wise, it's busier in Jumpa, so there's more volume in Jumpa. Here, they speed their, there's talk about no rules on the sidewalk. They're bad. They are just bad, rude, aggressive drivers. My friends from Rio Grande do Sul were saying the other day that, yeah, they don't drive like this down there. Maybe, maybe that's just a kind of state pride or whatever. Probably everyone says that. But, the more I see, the more I agree with them. Motorcycles here, they are fast and loud and they don't care. Here's our famous crab guy here. Famous selfie spot. About the only time you can get to see yourself is before like 9 in the morning. I did find a wonderful little mercandinho. Finally, they had some agua con gais, they had some orange juice, some tangerine juice, mango juice. So finally, I found one. All right, that's it. That was a quick 2 miles. It's starting to get rolling here. This is about the point on the beach anyway where flags run out. At some point they stop towards the north and they stop towards the south. We're at that point where the flags stop on the road there and kind of run out of any kind of commercial retail stuff. You see those large buildings there. I imagine are residence condos, whatever. Look at all that trash. This is just a trashy beach. That's disappointing. That is a mess. Jesus. But the beachcomber's back again. But you would literally need a team of those things. I did see a couple workers picking up trash on the dunes over here, but just a couple. Again, you would need teams of people to clean this place up. Some of it's geographical. Some of it you can't help because of this tidal zone. It does trap a lot of garbage, but boy, if you don't have clean, attractive beaches, what do you expect? Really, what are your expectations for people to stay? I don't want to compare it to Las Vegas, but there's really no reason to stay here. Like, Aracaju, to me, seems like a jumping off point to do other stuff. You don't stick around, you don't stay here. Because the beaches aren't fantastic for sure. And then even just downtown area, there's too many barriers with traffic and irregular sidewalks. just not a lot of options. It's just there's I'm glad I came, I'm glad I experienced it, but I kind of see why many people voice their opinion to me that, yeah, you know, it's okay. I'm definitely getting that vibe. It's okay. So kind of just by pure coincidence, accidents, I just roll up on the Eu Amo Aracaju branding here. Not sure what the blue thing represents, but tourists are starting to show up though. So there goes your chance of getting that selfie by yourself. Been doing a lot of work on the power lines here lately. This would be an example of one of the many, few side streets that really doesn't offer anything. This would be another example of, you know, blasted out, decrepit, run down, abandoned yards. And for all the tourist stuff here, what's interesting is I don't notice a bunch of tour buses. Like Jampa, you could do a montage of tour buses. It's just all day, all night tour buses. Here, there's that flurry between like 6:30 and 8:30, it seems. But then you don't see them during the day. And maybe it's just the group tours, and then you see the private tours during the day. I don't know, but I don't see. It's been a fair amount of time outside during the day and night. I just don't see a ton of. Tour buses during the day, all day, like you do in Jampa. So not directly across the street, but pretty darn close across the street. You have their landmark branding of Eu Amo Aracaju with their little blue pillar thing, and then you got another blasted out crater of fenced off nothingness and trash. Not a good look. And we're gonna come up on another side street with just nothing down it, but danger at night. And speaking of danger, you've got to keep your eye on the traffic. They drive insanely fast here. Yeah, you take your life in your hands walking. You know, again, volume-wise, Jampa just stomps them. But craziness, unpredictability here is just insane. This is one of the few boulevards where there is a few things. That's it. This is the main drag anyway. There's a few things down this way that I've not explored, and frankly, I'm not going to bother. Oh look, Brazilian women taking 10,000 selfies. Okay, grabbed some water for later. I think it's kind of sad, or well, funny in one aspect. When you buy drinks here, like I just bought like some Coke and some water or whatever, they ask you if you want a cup with it. Like you're gonna like drink it and it's like, you've got enough problems with trash. You don't need to be giving away more plastic just to wash up on the beach that some state worker may or may not find in the future. Just that is just totally unnecessary. But yeah, it's funny. You want a cup of that? No, no, obrigado. I'm good. I don't need a cup with my 2 bottles of water and 2 cans of Coke. Funny. A couple of vendors setting up shop. That's another thing you don't see, are vendors along the roads here hawking their goods, vendor services. You don't see them. Maybe towards the other end of town. I was able to finish barely half of my meal. I was hungry, but not as hungry as what I thought. So I'm gonna go back to the hotel and just lay down again, and hopefully I can get over whatever it is that it ate, because whatever I ate is not done with me. It is still fighting me. I'd say, boa tarde. This bug I got is really just doing its best to keep me down, and sometimes it's winning, sometimes I'm fighting back. Slowly I am starting to feel a little bit better, but man, it's been 48 hours. I know it was that food truck. It had to be. But I'm glad I scheduled the day to kind of just chillax and not do much. I'm glad today we didn't wind up going on that canyon tour. That would have been sad, because I would have been really in no shape to go today at all. But anyway, we're gonna take a quick beach walk. We get some really nice lighting with the sun behind me anyway. See those oil rigs better. All right, that's it. Still a few. It's Monday. There's a lot of empty tables, chairs, and things. It is the end of the day. Not like it was yesterday. Traditionally a really busy beach day. It's thinned out. Another cloudless day. Yeah, I was out there earlier. Boy, that current just really either pushes you in or pulls you in. It's brutal. I am not willing to test my limits when it comes to the water here. It's really rough. Not a fan. Well, this pretty much says it all right here. You're not going to have a really good swimming experience when you see lots of signs like that. I mean, the city can't help that. There's really nothing they can do. what they could do is do a much better job of just making sure everything's clean, because otherwise tourists aren't going to show up to, let alone stay for, dirty beaches. There you can make out the lighthouse, dead center, straight ahead. I walked there the other night, which is actually functional. It does light up as advertised. I seem to notice a lot of people here, more than what I expected, just kind of coming to the beach with their own blankets and chairs and things, not renting them. Maybe they're too expensive, I'm not sure. But I do seem to see more than I expected, people just kind of coming up, showing up with their own stuff, and then packing out and leaving. It didn't take long to get here. You can see where it shoreline kind of takes a bend, and it looks like in front of us is maybe, possibly, offshore wind turbines. I can't quite see that well, but I'm guessing that's what, or maybe it's more petroleum related infrastructure, I'm not sure. It's another large river which separates kind of southern Aracaju from northern Aracaju. The city is bisected, kind of like Vitoria and Villavella and Espiritu Santo. The river kind of divides the city, and that seems to be the case here as well too. But yeah, there's the lighthouse. Oh look, 2 Brazilian women taking selfies, imagine that. Close to the lighthouse now. There's the bridgeway out in front of us. I forget the name of it, but that's what kind of connects both ends of the city, north and south, together. I don't recall if, no, I don't think we were on, I don't think we drove on that in the last couple tours I had. I don't think. I'll put the name in, but that's the bridge. Looks like the beach chair dudes down here are wrapping up the day. That sun goes, you know, short day means just the sun moves really, really fast. It just moves so fast. Sunrises move fast and sunsets move fast. And I've got another hour before that's down. I definitely want to be off the beach, but before the time that it's dark out, that's for sure. All right, that's going to do it for our northern beach walk extent this evening. Head back around as the sun goes down. You can see some nice skyline down in that direction there, and you can see where the river heads out to the sea. And I'll have to crop in and see exactly what those are. I can't quite tell. A lot of residential on the coast there, and you can see way off in the distance. It's much clearer this evening than what it was this morning. This morning was just so foggy, or something. Maybe there's a word for like beach fog. I don't know. It's just desolate here. And of course, you know, no people generally correlates with no trash. You can see this seems to be the cleanest portion of the beach because there's no people around throwing their garbage around. So that's nice. So this, on a really small scale, kind of illustrates one of the other major dangers of swimming here is, as the water recedes, it tends to be focused and become channelized. And so what'll happen is you'll maybe go out, say, waist deep, and you're walking along. Next thing you know, all of a sudden you take a step and there's no bottom. And of course, by that time that the water is receding and you're just pulled straight out. So that's one of the dangers here, is that these, it's been a while since my coastal landforms and surface features class, but as you're walking out there, these grow in terms of size in orders of magnitudes. This is just on a small scale. Really good illustration of what happens when you get out deeper, is that water tends to concentrate in these hyper channelized locations, and there's just no bottom for that next step that you take. So that's, you really got to pay attention. All right, I waited until this rip came in, but here's an excellent example. So as the water rolls on in, you can see it fill in this void, and as it heads back out, it's just going to be like a jet. And even a strong swimmer, if you take one step, all of a sudden you don't have a bottom. This catches you, and you're gone. Literally, well, you've already been taken off your feet because you haven't touched bottom. But the strength of that water, focused in that channelized gully, bye. Good luck with that. To be perfectly honest, I'm waiting for the 5:05 goal flight to Sao Paulo Guarulhos. Why? Because I can. I know it's going to be flying low. It's going to take a nice wide banking right turn, head south. I'm kind of stalling until that. Otherwise, once I leave here, I'm going to head north again, probably to that artist market again, just to kind of check it out. I just casually strolled through the other day. probably grab some more acai. I don't know that I'm really feeling dinner. My eyes were bigger than my stomach earlier, and I just didn't eat a ton of stuff, so probably just grab some acai, call it good, and hopefully, man, hopefully I feel better by tomorrow. I'm running out of fluids and substances to expel from my body at this point. Anyway, here's where we're at, I'd say. Well, sadly, that GO flight, it's like 10 minutes late, so I'm gonna head back. Maybe I'll catch it on the walk to the hotel, which actually is just across there. I was gonna say across the street, but it's gonna be across the dunes. Just one more example of barriers that are in this city. All right, well, that is not the GO flight I was waiting for. That actually is an ATR 72 heading to Recife. That's a quick flight. That's about an hour from here. I really was expecting that GO flight. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. And you know, up close, those actually are quite small, but you know, from down here, it's not a small plane. I like those. They're fun to fly in. 2x2 configuration. Twin turboprops, but it gets the job done. He's gonna bank a slow left. Very cool. Okay, well, I got to see the Azul flight to Recife. That's cool. All right. That ends my beach walk on a really excellent note. All right, that's it. All right, just about to head off. But yeah, another thing you're not going to see here is lights at night. So hurry, kids, get off the beach. It's getting dark. This is not lit up. It's just pitch black out here. And apparently you don't want to be out there. I'm sure you're good for the next half hour or so, but way after dark, no thanks. As always, you get a few folks hanging out till sunset, which is always fun, which that sun is just down already. It's crazy. That's my hotel there, Simmons Price, and that's really, well, I generally choose location. And of course, this is no different. This is really proximity. I basically can get across the street. Unlike other places like, say, Champa, cough, cough. You can just head over to the beach. Here, you've got to look for these little boardwalks, pathways to get there. And so that's really, in a nutshell, why I chose here. Is I had thought I would be here more often than what I was, but whatever. People there were super friendly. I really have had only good encounters with everyone there. So, I just noticed the food court here is closed. Must be that magical Monday thing here. They've got these carts going, but there clearly isn't nearly the number of food vendors that there was. Yeah, oh no. No, it's all empty. So, I don't know what it is with Mondays here. Mondays is just a great excuse to not show up for work. Even the pool, like our pool hours at the hotel are 9 to 6 every day. Oh, except Monday, when it doesn't open till 4. Like, I understand regular maintenance, but do you really need 7 hours of time that your guests could be enjoying it? That's not reasonable to me. All under the guise of just, it's Monday, it's closed. So we'll see what happens when we get up here. Well, unsurprisingly, I was here a couple days ago, and this was just packed with vendors, and it is a ghost town again. I see maybe someone selling some popcorn, but otherwise there's nothing going on down here. This is where I was a couple days ago. Certainly not the other activity there was. Again, Sundays are peak, so comparing it to a Monday isn't really fair, but this is where I was. This place on the corner here, I'll have to get the name of it, but that's where I got sick. That's where I got the bad food. I know I did. So had a really nice pastel, a little on the salty side, but still acceptable. I didn't really want to go for 2 and push my luck. So I'm gonna grab a bowl outside. I just don't think I can keep much inside. This place is quite a contrast to the other day when there was just a bunch of people running around. But my acai place is just around the corner here. Then we'll head back. I'm gonna call it an early night again. Hopefully feel better soon. So definitely not the traffic that there was last night, that's for sure. Or the other night. No. Even it's a slow night at the skate park. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I love all this graffiti. No sense No sense trying to paint that back up, eh? Just leave it. Just be done with it. Just leave it. Well, before I go I ran into those 3 really nice ladies that I went on the tour to Praia de Atalaia. I just bumped into them on my way to grab my essay. It's really cool. They're still here. They leave tomorrow, they said. That was pretty awesome. So they currently live in Brasilia. Almost answer. But they were all born and raised in Japassoa. And so it was really fun to share our love of that town together. And we, also kind of at the same time realized that, geez, Aracaju is really no competition at all. It's just like Jampa just checks so many boxes, just in terms of quality and quantity, just all the live long day. But it was really fun to have that shared passion for Jampa. And in Brasilia, it's got to be totally different, being inland and just so hot all the time. But yeah, it was cool to run into them. So this is nice. I like this little guy here. I don't know what they charge. I don't know how much it is, but not a lot of takers tonight. I don't know if it's free. Maybe it's free. It'd be a good idea if it was. Surprised it's working because it's Monday.